Okay, I'm back to the last movement of the Prokofiev sixth, working on fingering in the vivace, second vivace. Let's see, when we start to get imitated. That wouldn't work. Okay, here's an interesting thing. It's written as thirds, but it's very distinctly seconds. In other words, it's a C sharp, E flat. I'm going to play it as 2, 3, and it's a B sharp, D natural, and I'm going to play it as 1. That way I can pivot on the thumb really easily. So, whoops. And it's also a triplet. It's 2/3 of a triplet. To notice that this figure doesn't stop. Okay, I need to look that over. Oh, and then he suggests hand redivision. Doesn't say anything really useful, that is Prokofiev, in his score. We have 4 measures, almost 4 complete measures, with single 16th notes where there's no other accompaniment. So I could very easily, if I find it useful, redivide. He makes one redivision suggestion. Right hand, left hand, right hand, and then right hand all the way up. Actually, maybe he is suggesting this because he's changed the stem directions. Who knows? I'm going to do that in any event. That'll make twice the same experience. Yeah. And if I'm to assume those stem directions mean something, I'm going to play this left to right. So. Another one of those augmented seconds. I just have to know that it's there. It's got to be a part of my hearing. Okay. This is not yet all sticking. I've got to find out more about this descending figure that I shortchanged. Okay, it's just a bunch of descending thirds. Seems that under left hand it's worth it to see what happens after I turn the page. This other edition, well, so does this one. They both have that the fingering that I worked out before, so I don't know why it's not notated in the left hand. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's just you're left to your own devices in the left hand, and in the right hand they spell it out for you. I have a strong feeling these two editions influenced one another. It's of no value to me if I can't find where in the page that new section starts in my other edition. Ah. Okay. I think that's good. I'm getting somewhere. I have no continuity in the section yet. Why? Because I haven't thought about why these various chords and hand positions are where they are. In other words, what's the melodic evolution? It's going up. So, interesting. Up the chord, fall a third. It looks like a fourth, but we'll call it a third. Down the scale, zigzag, zigzag, and then down the scale. So it's symmetrical. It's bookends, the scale version. Just to point that out to myself, these two are identical, so I'm going to mark that they're identical. And down, zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. Oh. Okay, good. Something's connecting. Do that here. And then up. should be holding. How do I find my left hand relative to my right hand? They're a tritone apart. How about now? They're a tritone apart here too. So. B flat D, I'll go 3-1 in the left hand. Turn the page. Page behave, however. Similar stuff. Scale, zigzag. So the scale can be 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's all white notes. Zigzag. Oops, that's a natural here too. Is that really right? No, it isn't really right. Okay, so we're back to that figure in a different key. Boy, I do throw pencils around. There's this section that needs to be known. I think I got this part. Oops. Now. So is this B minor area? So that's what it is, a line above it. This time it's truncated, but it joins the figure already in progress, then it's identical, then it goes up into a minor, climbs, and meanwhile straightens out into G major. just an example that I'm getting all the right notes, but they don't mean anything because there's no connection, there's no fluency. Okay, that chromatic helps a lot. Actually, 1, 2, 4, in spite of the large tritones, is not a bad recurrent fingering here. And the thumb. So if I'm trust that actually provides me with a fluency. Now if I were looking at my left hand, that gives me continuity. Why? Because it provides me with a framework in which I pour these right hand notes. I can play them, I can talk to you and play them because the pattern makes sense to my body and my mind and is simplified. That way I can concentrate on my left hand ascent. So that's the continuity I was looking for. Almost chromatic. Probably I will need to look to make sure my left hand knows where it's going. Yuck. Written that way in this other score. Go figure. Somebody stole from somebody. E flat to E natural. Certainly I want to turn my hand here. I do not want to use the 4-2-1, 5-4-2-1 that I used in a preceding situation, a different key with a different feel. I'm going to go 2-2. I'm going to start on 3. I think I'm going to go to 1 on this C. 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. Okay, this is not octave, just in case I was wondering. Fifth finger to fifth. The last time I was on thumb, and got to play 2, 3, 4, 5 very quickly on white notes. Now I'm on second. So the question then becomes, do I still want that tossed off fingering? And therefore do I change to thumb? Exactly what I do. So it's 2 shifting to 1. Okay, then I have to find a fingering for the scale. This is very similar, modulated, I mean in a different key, from what we had in the exercise. So kind of A minor, A natural minor, with a G flat to start proceedings. So well, I'm trying various things. I'm starting with 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 4. I'm putting 4 on the Fs. The result of that would be 3, 2, 1 on this augmented chord at the bottom. It's a little bit extended. If I could have thumb on the F instead. Then I could put 4 on the E. 4, 3, 2, 1. Or I could just do 4 times. Not hard. It's not bad. 4, 4, 4, 4. Not the only thing I could do, but this works. Okay. Rotation. An E major arpeggio, so 4th finger on G sharp makes perfect sense, assuming it's the second inversion. So. As a bunch of ninths and octaves. Octave, ninth, octave. Yeah. So. This time the 4-note group, instead of being a passed-off grace notey thing. It's actually a measure 30-second note group. So the question becomes, can I do it under my hand? 2, 3, 4, 5. This is now a C major first. I'm going to go 5, 4, 2. In answer to my own question. Maybe. That's the answer. Considering the amount of time I have, if I were pedaling, I'd move my hand over. But the fact is, if I pedal, I obscure the wonderful staccato in the bass. So I'm not going to. Okay, onward. Ooh, to be able to look ahead. Okay. 3, 2 on the G. Let me see to what extent I can make that work in the page. I can't make the page stay. So. Is that right? Twice. This is on the offbeat, this is on the onbeat. Alright, not bad. That's right. I think that's 4 will ultimately be good there, but may not be. 1, 2, 4. I need it when I get to A. I think I'm going to go to 5 first. Oops. To get it even, I have to move my arm in such a way that the evenness results from the choreography. Got to figure out what he's asking of me. Holy mackerel, is he really asking that? Left hand is supposed to play this and then play almost an octave higher. I keep getting it backwards. It's the left hand that's holding. Half of this is just notational. You look at it, you see the octavo, you can't quite figure out the relationship between the hands, where you're supposed to go. It's not that difficult. It's just difficult to decipher. key, più tranquillo. Augmentation. Let me try that again. So it's A major, 5, 3, 1, 3. Just to make sure I know what's coming, a second finger. So. So even though it's simple, I need to know it well enough so that I can concentrate on all this stuff happening in the left hand. It's an octave displacement, so it's A to B flat to B to C to C sharp to C. Left hand takes over. So I didn't write third finger. I didn't do third finger. When I played it alone, I did. So that just goes to show. Mark it down. That's not right. Continues in the left hand. Quick modulation, yes. So it feels like G, F. I don't see B flats, however. To A minor, a rondo theme. Whoa. So two things. I don't have standardized fingering for my left hand yet. Maybe 1, 2, 4, 1. That'll do. The right hand, meanwhile. A seventh. I can either toss my hand. It's certainly not fast. Oh, I like 1, 2. Let's see if that works. It really does. That's nice. So let's go back to F major. And I'm going to probably shift the fifth finger and C, the second C melody now. I like it. Poco a poco riprendendo il tempo primo. So I shouldn't be going back to tempo that fast. This is più tranquillo. We're going to modulate. Next we're going to transpose up a third. You know what? I'm a little worried I will run out of recording space, so I'm going to stop for a second and check.